One of the best ways to get a full picture of a country is to travel by train. The way the landscape rolls past your window, the fact that you can see a panoramic view rather than having to squint out of tiny airplane windows are two very good reasons why trains are such an unforgettable way to explore new countries. There are many scenic trips that can be taken by train. The most famous is the California Zephyr, which runs on Amtrak's rails between Chicago, Illinois, and Emeryville, California. It travels through the heartland of America, including Iowa, Nebraska, Colorado, and Utah. In today's video, we'll be discussing the best scenic train trips you could ever take. Before we begin though, make sure to subscribe to Plain and Simple and hit the bell icon for notifications. Now, let's get into it. Number 1. Nevada Northern Railway. The first on the list is the Nevada Northern Railway. If you love taking in the view from a train or just want to ride through some of the most beautiful parts of Nevada, Northern Railway is for you. The company offers train rides that showcase many unique areas throughout the state. Most of their routes will take riders through breathtaking mountain ranges and up close to a number of geothermal features. They also offer special themed trips throughout certain times of year, like Halloween and Christmas, which feature fun, festive scenery. When you want to get away from it all, there is no better way than to hop aboard a train and ride off into the sunset. The railroads of Nevada have an incredible part in history. When you take a trip on them, you can feel that history come alive. Number 2. Amtrak's Coast Starlight. The Amtrak Coast Starlight is a passenger train that runs from Seattle, Washington to Los Angeles, California. The route travels 2,385 miles over 5 days. Coast in Coast Starlight refers to the Pacific Ocean and coastline it runs along. This train is Amtrak's most scenic route, crossing California on its way from Seattle to Los Angeles. Number 3. Pacific Surfliner. The Pacific Surfliner is a passenger train route operated by Amtrak that runs between San Diego and Santa Barbara in California. The Pacific Surfliner travels along the coast through well-known cities such as Oceanside, Carlsbad, San Diego, Solana Beach, Encinitas, and Del Mar. In addition to many of the most popular destinations along the coast of California, the Pacific Surfliner provides service to 3 state capitals: Sacramento, Monterey, and Bakersfield. Number 4. America's Grand Canyon Railway. America's Grand Canyon Railway is the best way to experience one of the 7 wonders of the natural world, and it's an unforgettable excursion for all ages. The railway was originally built in 1901, connecting Williams with Grand Canyon National Park and making it possible to reach the park without a long, difficult stagecoach journey. Today, passengers can choose from several different train cars, including vintage coaches equipped with plush leather seats or private cabooses that include sleeping quarters, gourmet meals, and fantastic views of the canyon. Grand Canyon Railway is a company that provides its customers with the best way to see and experience Grand Canyon National Park. The train security is always on high alert as they escort their passengers through the beautiful scenery of Arizona. The staff at Grand Canyon Railway go above and beyond to make sure their guests are comfortable while they travel. Number 5. Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad. The Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad, D&S-NGRR, is a Class 3 tourist railroad in the southwestern area of Colorado. The railroad runs between its namesake cities, Durango and Silverton, following closely to the route taken by the historic Denver and Rio Grande Western Narrow Gauge Line through the San Juan Mountains in southwest Colorado. Traveling through the San Juan Mountains of southwest Colorado, it is one of the most scenic train trips in North America. Number 6. Glacier Express, Switzerland. The Glacier Express is one of the most popular scenic train trips in the world. It's a 7-day journey on both sides of Switzerland's Alps, and it takes you through some of the most breathtaking natural scenery Europe has to offer. The Glacier Express is also known as Bernina Express. It offers one of the most scenic train trips in Switzerland. This panoramic journey takes you through some of the most breathtaking breathtaking landscapes which are hard to access by road. The Glacier Express route runs between St. Moritz and Zermatt along the southwestern side of Switzerland. You won't regret taking a trip on this train. The sights are just so amazing. Number 7. Transalpine. The Transalpine Scenic Railway is a world-class railroad trip with the train traveling through spectacular alpine scenery. The journey takes you through a variety of diverse landscapes, from rugged mountain peaks to lush green bush, as well as several rivers and lakes. Kiwi Rail's Transalpine route is an awe-inspiring journey through some of New Zealand's most stunning scenery. Number 8. Rocky Mountaineer. The Rocky Mountaineer is one of the best scenic train trips in North America. It's a luxury rail journey through the heart of British Columbia, Canada, and the Canadian Rockies that you will never forget. The views are spectacular as you pass famous mountain peaks like Rogers Pass and Glacier National Park, or wind through deep valleys and pass beautiful lakes. Number 9. The Gunn. If you're planning a trip to Australia, then you can't miss the Gunn Scenic train line. The railway line stretches from Adelaide in South Australia all the way through Central Australia, then to Darwin in the Northern Territory. Along the way, you will stop at some of Australia's most famous tourist destinations such as Alice Springs and Katherine. Number 10. Jacobite Steam Train. The Jacobite Steam Train is one of the most popular scenic rail journeys in the world. The railway travels through extremely beautiful landscapes and remarkably diverse terrains. It's a narrow-gauge steam train, which is a rare species itself. This train runs from Fort William to Mallaig on the west coast of Scotland through some of the country's most stunning scenery, including Glenfinnan Viaduct and past Loch Ness. Number 11. The Napa Valley Wine Train. The Napa Valley Wine Train is one of the most popular train rides in the world. The California Wine Tasting Tour takes tourists to wineries, farms, and other establishments in Napa County. The ride features 7 different cars with a full service bar that boasts more than 100 wines from all over the world. A day trip on this California rail takes tourists through some of the most beautiful countryside in Northern California. Number 12. Copper Canyon Railroad. The Copper Canyon Railroad, or Ferrocarril del Cobre in Spanish, is a Mexican tourist attraction that runs from Los Mochis to Chihuahua through 16 tunnels and over 88 bridges. The Copper Canyon Railroad is one of the best scenic train trips in the United States. The line originally went from El Paso, Texas to Mexico City. It cuts through a mountainous landscape called the Roof of Mexico, which features canyons lined with pine trees and overlooked by snow-capped peaks. Number 13. Belmond, Hiram, Bingham. As the top train company in Peru, Belmond takes great pride in its history of creating luxurious travel experiences. The Hiram Bingham train ride is one of the most scenic journeys in South America, with breathtaking views of Peru's Andes mountain range and the Amazon rainforest. Number 14. Karratha Scenic Railway. The Karratha Scenic Railway is a 19-kilometer railway line in Queensland, Australia. It runs from Cairns to the suburb of Karratha via several scenic stops. The line was constructed as a joint venture by the governments of Australia and Queensland, with operations managed by Sunlander Tours on behalf of the state government. The Karratha Scenic Rail experience is a popular tourist attraction in the Cairns region of Australia. The train takes you from Cairns to Karratha, which is a town located on the outskirts of the rainforest. When you're planning your next vacation, don't forget to consider one of the scenic train trips listed above. Each of these journeys offer astounding views and unique experiences that will make your trip unforgettable. What do you think about today's picks? Leave a reply in the comments below to continue discussing and share some experiences together. If you liked the video, please press the like button to let us know. And don't forget to subscribe to Plain and Simple by hitting the bell icon so that you're alerted whenever we publish new content. Thanks for watching.